This topic is word problems with multiple decimal operations, and this is type 2. Our first example says Charlie made 5 identical necklaces, each having beads and a pendant. The total cost of the beads and pendants for all 5 necklaces is $28.50. If the beads cost $3.60 for each necklace, how much does each pendant cost? And anytime I have a problem that has a lot of parts on it, I like to just draw myself a picture to help me understand what's going on. So we have a necklace. This necklace has a bunch of different little beads that are on it. I'm just going to draw a bunch of little circles to represent the beads. And then it's got a pendant, and the pendant is just your large, basically the large focus of the necklace, and it could be any sort of shape. It could be some sort of stone or something, or it could just be a heart or something like that that's hanging from the necklace in the center here. I'm just going to stick a heart that's hanging from it right there. It doesn't really matter what it is. We'll put some more beads on the side. So now I'm going to start labeling things. We've got beads, we've got a pendant, and we've got 5 necklaces. We know the total cost of the 5 necklaces is $28.50. We also know the beads were $3.60 for each necklace. So I'm going to write down $3.60 each. And we don't know, let me put some underlines here. We don't know what the pendants cost for each, but remember that this right here is for all 5. So we really need to multiply this by 5 to figure out what it costs us in beads for all 5 necklaces. Because what we're trying to figure out is how much each pendant costs. So if we multiply this by 5, we get 5 times 0, 6 times 5 is 30. 15 plus 3 is 18. We have 2 digits behind the decimal point. So we have $18 that we paid total for beads just to make the 5 necklaces. Well, if our total cost for the 5 necklaces was $28.50, let's get rid of the beads. Let's pretend like we just take them out. So we're going to get rid of them. And now we're left with $10.50 that we paid for pendants. This has to be the pendants cost, but this is the pendants cost for all 5. So let's find out what each pendant cost by simply taking this $10.50 and dividing it by 5. 5 goes into 5 once, and 5 goes into nothing no times. So we have our pendant cost $2.10 for each pendant for each necklace. So here's another one that's basically the same type of thing. This time we only have 2 necklaces, same type of thing. The total cost was $10.60. Total for 2. And if the beads cost a total of $5.40, notice this time though the beads cost a total of $5.40. They're not $5.40 each, they're a total of $5.40. So that's for both necklaces. We're trying to figure out what is the pendant cost again, and we don't know. So if we just take our total for the 2 necklaces, get rid of our beads total, we didn't have to find the beads total this time. We get our pendant total, but this pendant total is for 2 necklaces, so we need to split that into 2 because it did say each pendant. And 2 goes into 12 6 times, and then 2 goes into nothing no times. So each pendant in this case costs $2.60. Here's one that's a different type of thing, but it's really the same. It says Leila bought 2 CDs that were the same price. Including sales tax, she's paid a total of $35.20. Each CD had a tax, so tax is $1.10, but this is each. And we're trying to figure out what is the price of each CD before tax. CD price, we don't know. So knowing that the tax was $1.10 each, let's figure out our total tax. Well, we only bought 2 CDs, so $1.10 times 2 is going to be $2.20. Let's take that away from our total again. So we're removing the tax from our total, and we get $33. And this $33 is a combination of the two CDs. We want to find the cost of each CD. So we need to take our $33 and just divide it by 2. You may already know the answer to that, but I'm just going to go ahead and divide it out. Two goes into 10 5 times, and 2 goes into nothing no times. So our CDs each cost $16.50. That was a 5. $16.50 before tax.